What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Black Ink Crew, and bitch, that shit got deep as fuck at the end. I'm sitting here like, that young man is hurt. Like, oh my god, he is hurt as fuck. Like, it is so sad. It really is. Okay, so the episode starts off with them chitting it, chatting it, and kicking it up in the shop or whatever, and you know, they walk and getting on Caesar about cropping him out, doing the Diddy crop, cropped him out a fucking picture, but left his shoe and his knee up in that bitch. It's good. I will say, even though they don't tattoo nobody up in this shop, I do like the little friendly banter that they be having at the beginning of the episodes to open up the episodes. Sometimes it's not so hard and not so deep or whatever. They just be kikiing, and that's what happens when you in the shop or whatever. It's not always gonna be busy, even though it seems like it's never busy over there. But who am I to say something? Okay, um, but they just be having fun. Okay, then they start talking about this whole thing with oh shit. Oh shit then went down to fucking Atlanta to go see this girl to see if she was okay. Come to find out, Nikki is fine. Nikki has some preterm labor, whatever, probably some Braxton Hicks, contractions, and see how I threw that up in there, bitch. I be knowing what I be talking about. The doctor just gave her some medicine to slow down the contractions, and she was all to the good. I'm just looking at the whole situation. I was walked the whole fucking time. Every fucking time they brought the situation up and Walt was up in that confessional talking about some bitch. Are you sure that that's your baby? Get a fucking paternity test. Ain't no baby. The bitch is a liar. She's a scammer. You gonna do this. And when Walt be busting out laughing, I don't know what Walt does, but when that bitch start laughing, that shit be hilarious. Okay? But he went down there and basically rekindled the relationship with Nikki. Girl, he was like, I'm gonna be up in this baby's life. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna be here and all that stuff. And so I guess that is his wife still technically, but the way he talking is as if he don't have other kids in New York. What about them? And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be there for that, but it's like you trying to you got crazy baby mamas, aka Kathy. She the main bitch that's crazy as fuck, okay? So you really need to figure that shit out before you say you permanently stand down there. You need to talk to her and all that shit, because that bitch look like the type of motherfucker that'll pop up at 2 o'clock in the morning down there in Atlanta, and you didn't even give her the fucking address, and she found the address somehow, some way, and she's right there underneath your bed, and she gonna pop out and say, you thought, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I just don't trust the situation, and I don't trust Nikki. Bitch, get a paternity test. Okay, we're just gonna continue on that shit. He called them on FaceTime and, saying that the baby is alright. You got Skye and them going off in the confession like, bitch, I don't believe this bitch, because one, she lied about her own baby, the second baby, okay? She still has yet to come true clean about that. We all know she had another baby. But hey, whatever. She didn't, lying about whether or not she black or white, mixed, or full black. Ain't nobody full shit, but whatever. She's just a liar, and she has a known record of that. Remember when she said bitch, she said she had lupus, and then she said something about because she had lupus, she couldn't get pregnant again or some shit like that. It just did make sense. It did make sense, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, bitch, it just don't add up. But if he want to claim the baby, claim the baby. That's what you gonna do. Be an upstanding man. Do what you gotta do. She eventually does have the baby. They was over when he said he was gonna stay down there and try to work it out. He still love her and all that shit. We already knew that, but whatever. They do eventually have a baby, and he was like, oh my god. Push, Nikki. You just need to push one more time. He went from oh shit to Richard Duncan real quick. He went from, yo man, I don't know what I got, Zozog. He went from that to, oh my god, just push. I can see the head. Push. One more, baby. One more. Anyway, Nova Rose Duncan. She's 6 pounds. She healthy. Congratulations on that. Bae. Young fucking Bae tried it, okay? She popped up in the scene. She was like, yo, what's up? I'm getting married. I'm getting married. We was like, okay, cute, that's cute, whatever. And she was like, bitch, I'm gonna get married. The wedding's gonna be in 2 weeks. Cause first of all, I ain't trying to be showing when I'm getting married. I ain't trying to be a fat bitch going down the aisle and stuff. And it was like, I mean, you is kind of thick right now. She was like, bitch, no the fuck, don't try it. But at this point, they was like, all right, fine. You got Donna getting in her feelings a little bit, just playing, talking about some girl. How the fuck you gonna plan a wedding in 2 weeks when I gotta find out what I'm wearing, what shoes, what dress? Bitch, it's gonna take me a while to figure out which wig to get, you know what I'm saying? But eventually they go down to this dress shop in somebody's. Bitch, that's how y'all do y'all stuff. Okay, I said, what the fuck this said? This is not I'm thinking they're gonna be in a storefront or something like that. They went upstairs and looked like they was in somebody's apartment or whatever. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. And so this white lady was helping them. They was going through the dresses and stuff. Young Bay said she wanted something that's gonna have her titties out, her ass pumped, her ass wanna be voluptuous, her waist snatched as fuck. She just wanna be looking good as shit, bitch. They went through like 3 dresses until they found the right dress that they all agreed on. And it was like, oh my God, Rob is going to be looking at you like, oh shit, he going to cry when he see you. What he think about y'all getting married in 2 weeks? This bitch said she has not told his ass yet. And I was like, wait a minute. How the fuck you going to try to find some wedding dress so that you won't be fat during your wedding or whatever? And you haven't even told this man that you want to get married in 2 weeks. She was like, bitch, whatever I ask or whatever I want, he gonna do because he want me to be happy. So he gonna agree with it regardless. All I gotta do is slide it in there. I'm gonna come home. He gonna come home. He gonna see me naked. And then I'll be like, baby, we get married in 2 weeks. And I'm gonna turn around, took that ass up and let him do what he do. I said, bitch, babe, okay, girl. Fast forward to with them being up in the goddamn grocery store and she getting all this food for the munchies for her, for the baby and all this shit. Rob looking like, bitch, what? This scene was funny and it was cute. She said, I'ma do just like he did. I'ma slap that shit in there, unbeknownst to me, and then once we get through, I'ma eat a fucking corn dog. I said, okay, if that's what you think gonna happen. She was like, I want this, I want this, I want that. I really don't want this, but the baby want this. We get married in 2 weeks, and then we getting the cereal, then we getting that. Rob caught on real quick. He was like, wait a minute, what? We getting what? She was like, baby, we getting married in 2 weeks. He said, bitch, hell no. She was like, wait a minute. You always, this motherfucker said no to me. He always say yes. What is going on? Today, I say yes to you dating me. Yes to, but the moment I say no, okay, that's what it is. That's the, Beyonce comes in sometimes. That bitch come in handy. I cannot wait till tomorrow's video because I got some shit to say. And some of y'all probably gonna be like, well, bitch, never would have thought. But bitch, take off my nuts. Top off. Top off. You better put the top back down on that one, okay? Put it down, return that bitch to sender. Anyway, no, let me stop. That's not the video for this. No, we're not finna do that. We're not finna do that. Any fucking way. He said no. He was like, look, I want to have my family there. And usually we don't really get dudes saying this a lot. It's usually the women that when they get married, they like, I want this big wedding. I want to have my mom, my dad, my family, my friends. And I want my people there to celebrate. He was saying that. Not necessarily that he want a big wedding. He just want his people there too. And I understood where it's coming from. And she was like, bitch, you just gonna have to suck that shit up and you just gonna have to fucking wait, okay? I said, that's what you gotta do, babe. You tried it. He denied it. And you just gotta move on, okay? He gon' compromise, bitch. Moving on from that. Walt and this fucking girl that he went on a date with. Now, let me tell you something. I thought it was cute when they hooked up last week. Jada brought her there. Was like, this is for Walt. I did this on purpose so that they can, kick it and all that stuff. Cool. She seemed a cool enough girl. They click right off the bat. Walt just want to fuck anyway. So, hey, I was like, go ahead and do it in the bathroom or whatever. But she tried to be a little bit classy or whatever and said, you know what? First, before we bang, we gonna go on a date. He waiting at the little bar or whatever, miniature, playhouse, whatever the fuck they went to, and waiting for her to come in. She comes in with a Tupperware bowl. And I said, bitch, you broke some cookies? You baking for this nigga now? Damn, why don't you got it like that? You got a bitch cooking for you and shit. But y'all finna eat, so what? I mean, and she said, no, 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 no. I want you to meet my pet. And I said, bitch, what? You're what? Pulled out a fucking turtle. And not just one of them little in your hand turtle. A turtle that you gotta hold with both fucking hands, okay? When you pick that bitch up, alright? Like, bitch, I was just confused as fuck. First of all, production cleared out the whole thing and let them have that whole state, that whole place by themselves. Cause bitch, I would have been looking on the side like, did this bitch really bring a turtle to a fucking bar? Who the fuck does this shit? Okay? Then she said, I needed to bring it because Walt was like, the fuck you bringing a turtle on a fucking date? Well, who does this? Well, she's sick and I needed to watch her and I couldn't get a babysitter. I said, put that little bitch up in a goddamn tank where she always be at. You gonna be gone for a couple of hours. Put some food up in that bitch if not, and then go. You don't need nobody to watch the turtle when you sleep, bitch. Okay, it's the same thing. Girl, it pissed me off because she was stupid as hell. Because this is what really got dumb. Okay, you say the turtle is sick. Then you going to put it in this Tupperware box. Then you take it out. I hope you had holes up in that bitch, okay, while you was transporting this motherfucker. Then you take it out and you put the motherfucking turtle on a goddamn felted ass pool table, okay? Ain't no telling what the fuck small microisms or little crumbs and shit that's probably on a thing that the turtle can just, slowly put his tongue out and put it up in her mouth and then get even sicker than you said, okay? The turtle, you just gonna leave the turtle there. I'm like, so if you ain't gonna really watch the little bitch, why the fuck you bring it with you? Okay? Now, when I say watch, you could have put the bitch up in a Tupperware, open up the little damn top a little bit, have them sitting right there next to you and all that shit. You let this bitch crawl up on this goddamn fucking pool table. I'm waiting for the turtle to fall up into the goddamn hole, one of the pockets and shit. Eventually, while they over there playing games, Walt was like, you know what? The bitch is cute. We hit it off the last time. I'm just gonna see how this go. I'm not gonna fucking leave right now. I mean, I'm gonna give her a fucking chance. He was over it when the turtle fell on the floor. The turtle fell on the fucking floor, and I said, Walt, get the fuck up out of there. Walt said, you know what? Soon as that girl was like, let me see, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Mind you, you going to the bathroom or whatever the fuck you're doing, and you leave your turtle unoccupied. If y'all don't get this bullshit out of here, okay, who started this scene? Who wrote this into the script, bitch? Walt said, you know what? You can stay right here. Don't come about this thing, and I'm just gonna go. He ain't say goodbye or nothing. He just walked the fuck on out. I would have did the same thing as soon as I seen the turtle. I would have been like, I'll see you later. Okay, we'll do this another time. Maybe fucking not. Then, we gonna move on to the main thing of this episode. This episode is actually called the Book of Genesis. Okay, and so last week when Caesar was talking and trying to get Skye together and see what was going on with her, and she was telling him about the whole thing that's going on with Genesis and how she's upset about that and and her feelings because he won't talk to her and all that. He offered to talk to him. Now, at first, she was like, okay, cool. But then later in this episode, when we first see them, they sitting in the restaurant, and she was like, nah, I don't want you to do that because, she just don't feel like it's right at this moment for him to reach out when they haven't figured out their shit. And given the way that he reacted to her, he don't want that to happen, and she's not sure of the way that he gonna react to him. Okay. And I understood where she was coming from, but she kind of, I wouldn't even call it snapping off on him, but in her mind she felt like she snapped off on him, so she brought him some beer and stuff to try to appease him and apologize. And then later he went on ahead and said, I know you said not to reach out to him, but I went on ahead and reached out to him, and he willing to come out here and talk and sit down and all this shit. And my whole thing with that is, also, you willing to get on a plane because you ain't got to pay for that ticket because VH1 gonna pay for it. Okay, I would have did the same thing too. But here's my thing about that, and I understand Skye's apprehension with him coming out, with Caesar being the one trying to be her mouthpiece, and At this point in time, I get it. Skye wants a relationship with her son. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's going around. Maybe Skye lying. Maybe the situation ain't what it really is. I know. I already seen. I don't need you to tell me, but I already seen some shit where Genesis was thanking Duchess and all that stuff, and Duchess claiming that she really, really liked the boy, and it ain't no malice. I don't believe her, not one bit. Okay, I don't 100% believe no one in this situation. I do believe that that boy needs help. Okay, I do believe that that boy needs some type of help that they are not qualified to give him at this moment. And that was very evident. That boy is a hurt soul right about now. He is hurt and he feels a certain way. And to be quite honest, I cannot be upset at him for the way that he feels, because he has every right to feel that way. We cannot sit here and be like, okay, damn, you grew up in this household, so what, your mama gave you away and all that shit. Grow the fuck up. Get over it. That happened then. That is some pain that he has yet to come to terms with. Okay, that is issues that he has yet to come to terms with. And you can't tell somebody how they are supposed to react to a certain situation that they're in, and you're not, because you don't know how you would react. Okay, you can sit here and say, I'll be okay if my mom, and I knew that she wasn't able to raise me and give me the life that I deserve, and she put me up for adoption, and never look back and all that stuff. I'd be okay with that, because I grew up in a household, with somebody who actually showed me love and did this and did that. You can't say that you would be okay with it until you was in that situation. Some people probably would, some people can't, so you just never know which way you would really flow. When he sat down, when he came out there, I just felt like, I get Caesar trying to come in and trying to, offer a different perspective and talk on behalf of Skye, and try to get through to the boy, because he don't want to talk to Skye at this moment. I honestly feel like that could have worked. That could have went either way. Okay, it's a good thing, and I also feel like maybe he don't really need to get involved at this moment, because that boy is not at the point where he want to listen to anybody, and he's not ready to hear anything yet. But I will say I do like the relationship that Skye and Caesar have with each other. And I was concerned. I was concerned because the way they made that shit seem on the preview, I said, I know this little motherfucker is not about to fucking pop off and fight. I said, that is Skye's son for fucking real, okay? Now, when he came down there, Caesar was nervous as fuck. I would have been nervous too, because after hearing how, he popped off on Skye, it's like, how the fuck he gonna react to me, a stranger? As soon as he sit down, he was like, I'm trying to be cool with you. He was like, I don't know you like that to be cool with you. I ain't trying to do all that. When Caesar tried to shake his hand, he went, not like this, bro. He said, I said, oops, that set it off right then. And I said, this is not about to go the way that you wanted it to go, Caesar. But you better brace yourself and just be prepared to, deal with what he gives you, okay? That boy went the fuck off. And at this point in time, I'm not even fucking mad at him. I'm not mad at him, okay? Because, like I said, he is a hurt soul. He is hurt, he's lost, he's confused, and we already know that he has so many people in his ear telling him things about the whole situation, plus the things that he himself has experienced within the situation. It's like, so you don't know what to do, and there's so many voices going on and all this shit. And what I feel needs to happen is, you can't force this situation. And I feel like, in a way, they're trying to force a relationship between Skye and Genesis. And I feel like at this point, when Skye wasn't trying to, have Caesar talk to him and all that shit, she knew that you got to give that boy some time. And I just think that you need to give him some time and let him come to the own conclusion that he want to sit down and talk to Skye. And it could be a few years from now. It could be a couple of months from now. But it's up to him at this point. You reached out. You tried to make amends. You tried to put your part out there. You tried to own some of your stuff, okay? And you tried to do a little bit of stuff with what he was allowing you to, okay? But at this point in time, the ball is in his court. It's up to him whether or not he wants to reach out, and if he wants to receive what you're saying, and if he want to sit down and have a mature conversation with you. He's not at that point yet. He's not ready to do none of that stuff. He's so filled with anger and pain it's just heartbreaking to look at. When he broke down crying after trying to be so hard, he was trying to be so hard sitting at that table. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my mama. I don't need you coming down here trying to fix nothing. I need to talk to her. But you not willing to talk to her yet. Okay? So you talking about, well, how come she can't? All I need is an explanation. All I want is an explanation. But yet, you don't want to talk to her yet. The only person who can give you the real explanation is her. Okay? So when you ready to talk, then there you go. She's going to probably be available. But that shit touched me when he was just sitting there like, after all these years, you gave me up after 6 years. You was with me for 6 years and you just gave me up and you left me and you never looked back and all that shit. Now I'm just sitting here like I don't know what the fuck to believe in this fucking shit. Okay? I'm just like, damn. It's just a sad situation. Then saying 15 years, and I do remember seeing the thing about him being upset that he was in jail, and I think they did have some type of communication when he was in jail, but they never really went over there, and he got mad because I think they got into a disagreement or some shit, and then she said she wasn't gonna give him no money for his books and all that stuff, and so that's what pissed him off. Some shit like that. It was something petty, and it was something that I agreed with Skye with. Like, bitch, come on, okay? But his version of it is, I was sitting in jail. You ain't give me no phone call. You ain't do nothing. Ain't nobody on the visitation. But did she really like? Did she? It's so fucking deep at this point. And when he started crying and all this shit, and I said, there you go. At least Caesar got him the break. Caesar, that man got him the break. I will give him that. And I mean, that I was just sitting here like, Jesus, that probably was the realest scene. That was the realest fucking scene, probably of this whole show ever. Okay? Because, I was just like, damn. Genesis, you want a hug. Like, you need a hug. Okay, you just need a hug. You need a big bosom woman to just come on and hug you and just rock your ass, okay? He needs something. Like, he needs therapy. He needs these people to get up out his ear, okay? We already know his father come in. He was influencing him, and because we heard that from the adoptive mother who said that he was all to the good and willing to meet Skye and wanted to meet Skye up until he got in contact with his father, the bio father, who was telling him stuff. Then you got Duchess who's telling him stuff. Then you got the shit from the internet manager. He was watching Black Ink while he was in prison. Okay, he was like, "You mean to tell me you 15 years go past and I'm looking at you? I'm sitting up in jail. You getting your ass done. You getting your titties done. You getting new puss and all this shit." I said, "Oh shit." Okay, and I was like, "Yeah, I can understand it. I can understand it." And it's I could get everything where he coming from. He has every right to feel that way, and Caesar was just trying to reason with him and calm with him. I do appreciate the way that Caesar did approach the situation. Bitch, when he pulled that, he was like, "I ain't trying to do nothing to you. I'm just trying to level up with you." And when he said, "You trying to level up," and he took that table and he pulled it over, Caesar said, "Whoa." I was sitting here like, "No, the fuck you not finna fight." He said, "Bruh, if I wanted to hit my mom, I would have hit her ass, okay? I didn't want to do that." And I was just like, oh, okay, okay. He just wanted to talk. Like, he just wanted to. I said, whew, that's fighting stance, bitch. He had me scared for a minute. I said, come get Genesis before he hurt somebody and take his ass right back to jail, okay? But he just needs a lot of help. And he needs to come to that conclusion on his own to a certain degree where he gets to a place where he is ready to intake the information and he is ready to just sit down there and listen and actually be able to verbalize what he's feeling to Skye, okay, and make his own decision there. It is a lot, bitch. I could not go into psychotherapy. I could not go into therapy, psychology, and be all that shit because it's just a fucking lie. I'd be so fucking. No wonder why psychiatrists and all they got their own psychiatrists because the shit it's a lot dealing with your problems and y'all making me have problems. Anyway, that was Black Ink Crew. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about the whole Genesis sit down. Were y'all here for it? Did you understand where he's coming from? Do you think he's doing too much? What's going on? Let's discuss. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.